Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. Today we're going to do an intermediate level, more classical flow. So we'll try to keep things more in a classical order, or at least classical from my training modality, which is balanced body. So we will go kind of more in that order. So you don't need any props today, but if you're someone that needs lumbar support, maybe you've got a little bit more of a lordotic curve back here, then you may want to bring in a folded hand towel, or a small pillow or something like that to use for when we do roll ups, roll downs, roll overs, and teasers towards the end. And if you're someone that maybe has tight shoulders or a wrist issue and binding with your hands behind you is not accessible or comfortable, then I'm going to encourage you to bring in a strap, a band, a belt, something like that to help you do that. I've got both of those for me because that's what I need. And other than that, we shouldn't use anything else. So let's get right into it. We're starting standing stay. So find a good posture here. Good. And they'll also give the disclaimer, because this is more intermediate level, we're going to go at a little bit of a faster pace, so it's more of a flow. So, but you go at your pace that's comfortable and needed for you. Take breaks as needed. So my hips, knees, and toes are in this alignment here. And I want to check and make sure my toes are even to each other. So sometimes I've got this slight rotation in the hip. If I'm not paying attention, that right leg might come a little bit more forward. Some of you may have seen that from time to time on videos, but I'm going to mindfully put them even to each other here. My knees have a slight bend into them, so I'm not locked out like this. So I want to be a little bit more soft there. This helps the pelvis be in a little bit more of a neutral standing position versus an anterior forward. So we'll be here. I've got my weight in all four corners of my feet. So that's a big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and both sides of the heel. I'm drawing up from the pubic bone behind the navel, so my belly button is in, and my shoulders are down and back, and I'm just standing tall. I'm just noticing here for a moment how this feels. You can give yourself a balance check if you close your eyes. You'll get a little bit of a better sense. Good. And then from here with that zipping up and in, you can take your hands to the low rib cage here. We're going to breathe a few times. So you want to inhale through the nose on this breath. And then you want to exhale. And you really want to make that, because when you do, it engages and tones the belly and the core just a little bit more. It's a little bit more effective on those exercises. The big inhale. And inhale, expand, and exhale. Now, the disclaimer is I can't breathe and talk at the same time because we talk on an out breath. But as I'm talking through cueing, that's the breathing that I want you to be doing at home. Okay, let's just go into some gentle rotations here. Good. And you can just let the arms do what they do. You can let the knees bend. Now, if you want something a little bit more engaging, a little bit more challenging, there's a couple things you can do. So from here, keep the hips and the knees forward and see if you can just rotate from the torso. So my hips aren't moving with me like this. I'm just moving from the torso. Good. And it looks easy. This took a while for me to master different habit patterns. Good. And then from here, big inhale, reach. Let's take a nice side bend towards the left. As I'm coming towards the left, I'm keeping my hips over my ankles. So I'm not shifting out like this. I'm just reaching over. Keeping this arm nice and long will give you a little bit more engagement down the side body here versus letting it bend. So really reach. Breathe and expand. Also notice here in your posture, especially if you can see yourself, I try not to do this forward collapse. This puts you in a rotation. You want to be in a lateral flexion. So you want that shoulder and the hip to be in alignment here. Good. Now using your obliques, we'll come back up. A little bit of core work. We'll come up and taking that over. Oh, this is my tighter side, which is not a surprise. This tends to be my stronger side, even though I'm right-handed, so go figure. Breathing. Keeping with the breath. Good. And coming back up. Good. Just roll those shoulders around. We're going to do some standing roll downs and roll ups here. No push-ups. We're just going to take the roll down. So I'm going to give you a couple options. It's going to be easier if your hip width apart, a little bit harder if your feet and legs are together. It's going to be hardest or most challenging if you're in this Pilates V. So everything's zipped up. There's a this width apart between the big toes. Zipping up here. Good. I'm going to peel off an imaginary wall. I'm scooping in my belly button. Arms and head are going to dangle. It's better to bend the knees as needed instead of hinging the hips back here. So watch the habit pattern. Try to keep evenness in the weight distribution of your feet. Pressing from hip to heel, we'll round, round, round. Coming all the way up. Inhale, exhale. We're going to nod. We're going to scoop, scoop, scoop. Inhale and exhale. And coming up, this lift up this time. Reach, reach, reach. Let's open into a little bit of a back bend. Good. Arms are up by the ears. Ears and arms will stay next to each other. We're going to dive over a beach ball. Good. Diving over that beach ball. Keeping that scoop. Gazes to the legs the whole time. And then pressing through the legs. Arms stay by the ears. Let's come all the way up and open. And last time, this time we're going to stay down and dive over that beach ball. All the way down. Good. And you can walk the hands out, coming down to all fours. Taking this into some cat-cows here to really press away. Find your good form. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, find extension. Exhale to the flexion. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Good. From here, we're going to take this into a tail wag. We'll start on the left side. So I'm just going to take my knee behind. If you've got a sensitive knee, you can always put padding under there. But I'm going to squeeze the right low rib cage and the right hip together as I look over the. It might help if I go in the right direction I'm doing. I'm going to my left. Good. So left leg's coming out. Good. Now I'm going to the right. And left and right. And left and right. And left and right. And taking that down. Good. Other side. Good. This is truly my right side now. Good. And from here, good, I'm going to side bend to the right, looking at that foot, into the left, and right, and left, and right, and left, and right, and left. And from here, make your way onto your back, onto the back. We're going to take this right into pelvic clock. Pelvic clock. We're going to do 4 times in each direction. So finding your neutral spine, zipping up and in. Good. From here. Good. We're going to take it back to the side. Forward, side, and back. And I'm going to my left. And then I'm going down. And to my right. And back. And again. Good. And maybe you can pick that up just a little bit faster. One more time. Good. And to the other side. Good. Good. So there's a little bit of a pelvic movement. It shouldn't be a wild rock. To really tighten that up, should be deep abdominal work. I know we've done more than 4, but I just love these pelvic clocks. Woo! Just love how that feels to the transverse abdominis. From here, take the knees into the chest. Rock, 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 side to side. We are going right into 100 to the 100. Take your position that is most appropriate for your body. Inhale, zipping up. Exhale, curve it up and reach. Don't forget the shush. We'll start pumping those arms. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift the chest higher, reach deeper through the arms, and take that down. Rock, rock, side to side. At the head and neck, or side to side. Good. Now, this is where you're going to bring in your lumbar support here. we're going to go right into some roll ups, roll downs, and roll overs. So I'm going to take my support where I need it right into the lumbar. And you may have to adjust this too after the first one, and that's okay. Remember, knees can be bent or legs can be long here. No whipping up, no using momentum. Really zip up. Inhale, exhale. Good. Coming up, and you can come over. I need to move that back just a teeny tiny bit. Good. And we'll roll that right down. And reach. Inhale. And come over. And going right back. Good. Inhale. Coming up and going over. We'll take this right into a roll over. If you're okay in the neck, you can take it back. Good. And rolling down. Down, down, down. Legs are long. They are shoulder width apart. I'm going to let them come down. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, it's a lot harder when you do it that way and don't use your legs as a weight, as a counterweight. And we'll go one more time. Taking it over. Go into the rollover as you're taking it. Good. And taking it down. Oh, coming all the way up. Woo. Let's roll it down. Just roll it down. We're going to stay down there. Good. Now, once you come down here, if you're using the lumbar support and it feels good to you, feel free to just kind of hang out there with it. I'm going to move mine away. We're going right into some hamstring stretches. And I've got my trusty timer here. So we're going to hold this stretch for a full 45 seconds. So starting on the left side, kind of take your hands behind that leg here, as high as you can go with the upper body grounded. This leg can be bent or extended long. And we're going to hold here for 45 seconds. And as you're here, be mindful. Pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal sensations. You can point and flex the foot. You can keep the foot pointed. You can keep it flexed. Find it where it feels good to you. Sometimes I think it feels nice and lovely just to take some ankle circles here. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of having what I call pliable ankles, makes flexible ankles, because when they're not flexible, you start to shuffle. And when you start to shuffle your feet when you walk, then that's when you run into the risk of tripping and falling. So you want to keep that shuffle. Good. And then from here, good. Just real quick, you can support yourself where you need to. Just kind of take it out the side. And then maybe coming up a little bit, and just kind of coming over. Good. And then we'll get that to the other side. So right leg, hands come behind the right leg. Good. Find your 45-second stretch position. Maybe get those ankle movements going here. Really let out the breath. I'm starting to feel better and looser already. I hope that you are too. And once we're done with this stretch, we're just going to keep this leg up here. We're going to go into some small and large circles next. Good. Good. So from here, good. Now your other leg can be long or bent. Just kind of do what feels good. We're going to do small circles first, and we're going to do the small circles 8 times in each direction. And I'm going to move out a little bit here because we're also going to go into the larger circle after this one as well. So from here, think about drawing a circle in the ceiling with your little toe or a big toe. 1, 2, nice and tightly connected. 5, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Reverse the direction of your circle, large, 4 times each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring in that knee for a moment, and we'll switch sides. So left leg is up. We're going to do the tinies first. Don't forget to kind of do that out breath. This is deep abdominal work. So hips don't shift around here. Shoulders don't shift around. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reversing the direction, we're going to go into the large circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing in that knee, bring in the other knee. We're going to go into rolling like a ball here 8 times. 8 times. Or try to do 8 times if that's not for you. And then from here, once you're ready, good. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whoop, and 10. Why not do a couple more? Good, and we'll come down. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I love rolling like a ball. It's like pelvic blocks. You can get carried away there very easily. Okay, going into our series of 5, we're going to take this into the single leg stretch. Single leg stretch. The knees in tabletop. Okay, coming up, zipping up. Upper body can be lifted or grounded here. Find what you need. As we switch, the hips don't move. Left knee in, right leg in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Really reach, really pull. I think this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. From here, we're going to take this into double leg stretch 4 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. From here, single straight leg stretch. We're going to do this one 8 times. Good. We're going to come up, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 2, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 3, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 4, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 5, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 6, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 7, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 8, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch, and lower. 3 times, double straight leg stretch. So this can be done in C curve or upper body lowered. Find yours. You can also sit on your hands. We're coming up here. Good. Inhale on the lower. Exhale. Watch that pelvis. It doesn't rock. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. And lower down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Give your head and neck a little bit of a side to side. Just a little bit of a break there. Good. Crisscross, crisscross. 8 sets of these. Just like single leg stretch. Hips stay on the floor. Rotation comes from the thoracic, the torso. Hands come behind the head. Elbows are out wide. You're leading with the shoulder. We're not trying to touch the elbow to the knee here. So big inhale to prepare. Exhale. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Side to side. Woo! Right, from here, and the way that's best for you, rolling over to your side. rolling like a ball, rolling up. We're going to come up to a seat. I'm going to roll like a ball because it's my favorite way to do it. Coming up and finding a seat. Woo! I'm starting to feel some heat here. I hope that you are as well. I'm just going to leave my hair clip out. So my feet are going to come as wide as my mat here. If you're not using the mat, it's a little bit wider than hip width apart. Zipping up nice and tall to have that sit. Spine twist. We're going to do this 6 times, about 3 times each side. A little too close to my wall here. Good. And then from here, nice and tall, we're going to and center to the other side. And center. 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 Relax for a moment. Spine stretch forward. We will do this one 6 times. So arms are coming forward. Good. Take a lean if forward flexion is not for you. Otherwise, it's just like standing. We're peeling off that wall. And then from here, 9. Scooping in. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Arms by the bicep. We're starting from the tailbone. We're going to stack, stack, stack. Good. Coming back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And go again. And stack. Relaxing the shoulders. And stack. Good. 5. And last one. And lean back up. Relax the shoulders. Good. Spine stretch side. We'll do that 6 times as well, 3 times to each side. Arms come out. Good. You want your hands, shoulder, and hip to all be in that alignment when you come over here. We're just reach, 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 and then come up. Another side. And reach, 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 and come up. And side bend, side bend, side bend, and come up. And find that length of the opposing side. And coming up. One more time each side. Taking it over and back to center. And other side, last side. And back to center. We're going to put that all together with our Sol series now. So from here, once ready, good. I'm just going to start to the left. I'm going to round and reach, trying to solve my pinky toe off with my pinky finger. Stack and return. And rotate. Round and reach. Stack and return. No pulsing. Both hips are grounded. And round and reach. Stack and return. And rotate. And round and reach. And stack and return. One more time each side. Rotate. Round. Reach. Stack and return. Rotate. And stack and return. All right. My hair is going crazy. I apologize for that. We're going to take this into open leg rocker. Open leg rocker. If rocking is not for you, you get to just play and hang out here with the boat. I'll make sure I've got a lot of room back here. Good. So remember, you can also just play with holding your legs up here. You're still working your core that way. Taller people will grip the feet. Shorter people, like myself, will grip the shins. Here we go. We're going to try to do this 6 times. We'll see if I can do it 6 times. Here we go. 1. Whoop. Too much power there. 2. Whoop. Again, too much power. Trying to really make it. 3. There we go. 4. 5. And 6. Woo. Okay, hold it. Oops. Zipping up and hold it, hold it, hold it. And take it down. Take the legs forward and just fold forward for a moment. All right. We're going to take this into prone. So this is where we're going to come belly down. So if you need that strap, that band, belt, whatever it is that you're using for your spine in the back for double leg kick, go ahead and have that handy. And I like this is just a basic yoga strap. And I like mine to be kind of folded in half here. So I'm just going to go ahead and have that at the ready up here. Okay, so we're gonna swan first. So wiggle, wiggle, wiggle those hips. The legs are hip width apart. Good. I'm gonna take my hands a little forward and to the side of the shoulders, rolling the shoulders back and zipping up when you're ready. Good. Find your swan. It might be a baby, a medium, or a high swan. No hanging in the back or hanging in the shoulders. Slowly, bone by bone on this head. There's one. We've got 5 more. Good. Now, sometimes I like to exhale on the lift. Sometimes I like to inhale on the lift. Honestly, the most important thing is to keep breathing and not hold your breath. So I'm going to say, do the breathing pattern that works best for your body in this moment. And you might even have to change that up. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you need to try it with an exhale and then try it with an inhale. Good. And taking that down. I think we've got one more here. All the way up. And coming all the way down. Remember, when you come down, elbows are in, they're not out to the side. So we're going to take a quad stretch here again, trusty timer. We're going to try to hold this for 45 seconds. So I'm going to bend. I'll just start on my right side. So grab somewhere that you need to grab. That might be your pants. Good. I'm just going to reach from the hip to the knee. That's going to give me enough of a stretch here. And if there's too much pressure, maybe your knee doesn't like this, maybe your back, something's going on there and you can't keep it out, then you want to back off or come out completely. You want to stay with that breath. Big inhale. And we're more done than not done. We stretch the back side. Now we got to stretch that front side. Good. And then from here, you always want to gently release. No slingshotting. We're going to take that stretch to the other side as well. Oh, nice and open there. Good. So again, find the grip that's appropriate for you. Good. I'm just going to reach a little bit from my hip to my knee. Good. We'll take that into another 45 seconds here. Staying with the breath. The stretch kind of be like a little bit of a break of sorts, if you want to think about it that way. Once we're done here in a moment, we're going to go into the single leg kicks and the double leg kicks. And so then from here, gently release and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. So I'm going to come up here onto my forearm. You can clasp them together or keep them separated. That part doesn't really matter. It's just a comfort zone. You want your shoulders to be over slightly behind your elbows here, and we don't want to hang. We want to be nice and supported. Zip up that front body to support the back body. Good. Now we want to really squeeze the glutes here, because if not, this is a really pointless exercise. So we're zipped up, we're squeezing, and here we go. Single leg kicks. And we're going to go kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. 3. Kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. 4. Kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. Now, flex, point, lower. 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 One more time. Flex, point, lower. Flex, point, lower. Come down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Double leg kick. We're going to do 2 times to each side. So I'm going to go ahead and take my strap now right across the low back. Now, some of you are going to be fine clasping the hands together or taking the hands closer together on that band. Some of you might need shoulder width apart alignment. So just be mindful here. Good. I'm going to start looking this way. Good. I've got my heels together in a Pilates V position. So from here, I'm going to kick, kick, reach, and come down, looking the other direction. Lift and reach. and come down. Kick, kick, lift and reach. And come down, other side, last one. Kick, and reach. And taking that down. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can, or actually, let's all take a little bit of a rest here. If you need to press back to a child pose real quick, listen to your body and give your body what you need. But when ready, and for those of us that are going to do so, we're going to take this into swan dive. Swan dive. So you have to be able to do a high swan to do a swan dive. So I'm going to reset my hands here. Swan hands. Good. Rolling shoulders back and zipping up. Starting from that swan. Let's do this about 4 times. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And take that down. Wiggle, wiggle. Let's go into side lying. So I'm just going to turn over onto my left side. That will make me face you. Good. Different ways to do the side lying. Remember, you can be up here as long as you're not doing this. You can be here. You want to be lifted. You can also be up like this. You can also be down here. This is where I'm going to be. You can also lie down here. You can have your legs 45 degrees forward as long as your shoulders and your hips are in alignment. Or more challenge, find that long, long parallel line. So I'm going to zip up here. I want to be on the hip bone. I don't want to be back here on the glute. It should feel like a little bit of a balance challenge. Bottom leg can be long or straight. Good. Taking it hip height here. Good. And we're going to take this 8 times to lift. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle. I'm going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6. Don't forget to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kicks, we'll do 4 of these. Flex that foot, kick, kick, point and take it back. Kick, kick, point and take it back. Kick, kick, really squeeze as you take it back. And kick, kick, point as you take it back. Going into bananas here. Reaching. Good. Zipping up 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come on to the belly. We're going to go into swimming here. Swimming. I'm going to take my arms forward. Palms can be down or facing each other. That's a personal preference. Zipping up and in. Good. Find your lift, upper and lower body. It'll be opposite arm, opposite leg. Squeezing the shoulders, squeezing the glutes as you lift. You can keep this slow. You can pick it up. You want to find a rhythm where you're not rocking and rocking, rocking side to side and breathing. Woo. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's press back into a child's pose. Woo. That feels lovely. So when you're ready, going right into the side series onto the right side. So for me, I'm just going to transition here. Good. You want to try to do the same thing with this arm that you did on the other side. So that means I'm going to come right here. And same thing for the legs. So if you were long and parallel on the other side, try to find that here. Okay. So zipping up and in. So a little bit of a balance challenge if you're in this long line here. And here we go. 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Look up through that core. 3, 2, and 1. Here's those little circles, 8 times each direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here's those kicks. Flex that foot. Pull, pull, point, squeeze, and take it back. 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 Good. Find your banana position here. Zipping up. Here we go. 1, woo, 2, whoop. I'm all over the place. This is my horrible side. 3, and 4. Woo. Come back, maybe onto your back for a moment. I'm going to take this moment to take my knees into my chest and rock side to side. Good. So we're getting ready to come up into teaser here. Teaser here. Can you believe we are almost done? How much you can accomplish when you go through a nice intermediate flow, when you prep your body well for different things, you've built up the strength that you need, scapular stability, balance, core strength, other things to do the intermediate classical flow. And so I need my lumbar support to do teasers. So I'm going to bring this back in here. Okay. And again, your first one might kind of be a throwaway. You have to kind of figure out where it is that needs to be more specifically sometimes. Okay. So the first teaser we're going to do is the bent knee teaser, meaning knees are going to bend as you come up. Remember, knees and upper body lift together in unison. And if you've got osteoporosis, I would do this one with caution, and I definitely would only do the one with knees bent. I would not do the one with long legs that we're going to come to in a moment here. So from here, inhale, exhale. Good. There's 1, and we'll come back down. 2, and come back down. Now, you can stay with that. If you want the harder one, legs are long when you come up. We'll see if I can do that today. I cannot do it every day. Big inhale, exhale. Oh, but there it is. There it is. And it's okay to hold on if you need to. And come down the way that you need. And here we go. Good. And we'll go again. Your choice. Fight for it. And come up. Good. One more bent knee or long leg. And we're going to come back down. Good. Okay. We're going to take this into hip circles, and I don't teach this one too often, but I'm going to let my lumbar support just stay here for these. You can also take your hands under your hips. If you don't have that lumbar support, actually, I think that's what I'm going to do better. That feels a little better. So I'm going to take my hands under my hips. I'm going to take my legs up here. So basically for these hip circles, your legs are together and you're circling kind of more from the hips. So everything's going to come together. The trick here is to try to keep your toes even to each other. So sometimes when we come over, sometimes when we do pendulum, that top leg likes to slip back. That's not what we want to do. We want to keep the toes even, because then that will keep your hips even. So rolling the shoulders back here, we'll do 3 circles in each direction, going towards the right, coming down. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now reverse. 3, 2, and 1. And coming down. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side, knees into the chest. We're going to come over to the side and come up. We're going to take this into seal. So this is another rolling like a ball type of an exercise. So if that's not for you, you can just hold your seal. So for seal, good, here's my right side. I'm going to take my arm underneath here. And then same thing for your left. So if you're not rocking, you can just be right here in your balance. Those of you that are rocking, good. We're going to round a little bit. We're going to do seal 4 times. So we're going to clap, clap, and then we'll roll back and clap, clap over the head. So clap, clap. And 1, 2, don't roll back on the neck. 3, and 4. Maybe finding that balance. And when you're ready, come down. Let's find a plank. Now I really will put my hair back up in my clip because it's getting a little toasty in here. All right. So we're gonna find a plank, and I'm gonna let this plank be your plank of choice. You can take a forearm plank, a knee down plank, up on the hands plank, any plank of your choice. We're gonna take that. So you choose here. I'm gonna do hands up plank or hands down plank. Whenever you're ready, find your plank. Good. Find your length in your plank. Good. So I'm knees lifted. I'm pressing back through the heels. I've got my thighs and my glutes on line. I'm pressing away from the floor. I'm breathing. My belly button is in nice and tight. And then drop those knees. Take a child's pose, decompress. Good. We're going to take this into push-ups. And you're going to choose your push-ups. So remember, you can do your push-ups from all fours. You can do a knee down plank style push-up or an up high plank style push-up. We're going to go 8 times. So knowing that, choose your push-up position. I'm going to do knee down here. Good. So I'm going to find my length first. Good. So with the exception of all fours, the whole body moves with you. When you're ready, here we go. Inhale halfway down, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And take that back. We have finished, for the most part, the classical intermediate flow, but I want to finish this out by doing a nice little mermaid. So we'll finish with the mermaid, a nice little stretch. So do your mermaid the way that you need to. So right now my feet are facing the right side. They can be stacked just like this, or you can find a more of a Z position. Good. So from here, sitting up nice and tall, big inhale, exhale. Good. We're going to go to the left, reaching over. Find that nice stretch. Find some rotation from that length that feels so good. Opening up to the side, moving through center, taking it over in a counter stretch. Good. Let's take that again. Inhale, exhale, taking it over, reaching. So let's stretch all the way from the shoulder to the hip. Find that rotation. Reach. Twisting from length. Opening up to the side. Moving through center. Counter stretching. Good. Now from here, as best as you can, from that tall spine, rotate towards your feet. Counter twist. Rolling shoulders back. Breathing. And then once you're ready, returning to center, we're going to do that all to the other side. So from here, take your feet now over to the left, the way you need to do them. Try to do your feet the same way you did on the other side. If you can't, you can't, but just try. Helps you train with a little bit more evenness. Arms out to the side. Good. Hand, shoulder, hip in that alignment as you come over and reach. Good. Finding that length. Finding that rotation. Oh, feels so good to the back. So good to my hips in a roundabout way too. Good. Opening up to the side, moving through center, counter stretching over. Feels so good. And then we'll take that again. Inhale, exhale, taking that over, finding that nice long stretch, finding that length, finding the rotation. Opening up to the side, moving through center, taking it over, counter stretch. Good. And then taking it up to a seat, nice and tall, rotate towards the feet, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. And coming back to center. Way to go. You made it through this intermediate classical flow challenge. I hope you had a wonderful workout, got a little sweaty. Remember, if you want to even add more challenge to this specific flow series, do it in front of a space heater. Have a nice heated flow. Just make sure you've got water next to you so don't get too hot. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.